Okay, folks, I'm back. I just wanted to take a little time to get the wheel put on and the handlebars. I haven't got the seat on yet, but I'll be doing that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a little bit about the assembly. I didn't want to go through the whole process, but yeah, it's got a little manual comes with this, which I like that. You don't see that often. Of course, you got your pedals and your bells. Your bell, which I'm not real fond of these things, but, and then of course you got your little toolkit, which I'm going to use now to tighten this front fork. Get the right wrench out here. This looks like this might be the one. That one's actually too big. So we'll have to go down to the next size. There we go. See how we're just going to finish tightening this axle bolts back down. Make sure you've got that little sleeve inside of the frame when you're doing this, because if that little piece sticks out, does not go into this frame, that front wheel can fall off very easily. So I'm just going to kind of snug these up right now. I got to put air in these tires and everything, so this is more of a dry run on it. So now I'll go ahead and snug them back down to where they need to be. And those are pretty tight. So the next thing we're going to do is install the pedals. Of course, it's got a right and a left on here for you guys, as you can see. So you really can't screw that one up too bad. But believe it or not, some people have difficulty putting pedals on. And you know, if you've never done an assembly on a bike, you really don't know, you know, because there is a right and there's a left. So I'm going to move up the bike a little bit. Get that kickstand back down where it goes. And then we're going to be putting the right one on first. So again, they just screw into the frame here. Sometimes they take a minute to get started, but once you get it started, it's okay. But sometimes them threads are just, they got little, I guess you'd call it a little bit of burring on the end of the thread sometimes, and it impedes you a little bit about getting the thing started. But once you get started, it's pretty simple. So that one's on. And again, we'll come over here and do the left one as well. There we go. If I walk behind that camera to go around something, it loses my face recognition. That's something I really am not crazy about, this Osmo 3 camera. But for the most part, it's a good camera. See how loose that battery is on that? That should not be that way. And I've got those tightened down as well. So I will be addressing the company about that. You're always going to take this little plug out of here. And then undo the packing to the seat. And we'll get that seat to where it fits comfortably. It's kind of skinny. I'm okay with that. Very cushy. I like that. So good job on that. So it's just a matter of putting it down to what is comfortable for you And then you tighten this down and you just turn this. Right now I'm just going to kind of give it a dry run here till I feel what's best for me sitting on the bike. And then at that point, once you get that where you need it, you just clamp that down. So yeah, that's pretty much the assembly of the bike, other than tightening or putting the bell on. Have not done that yet. And that's going to take a Phillips screwdriver. Should be in my little handy dandy toolkit here. And there it is. Like I said, I'm not real fond of bells, horns, or whistles. I just holler on your left, on your right. But it's there for a reason. So we'll go and put it on. Just a matter of taking a little screw out, putting it around the stem. Then we'll put the screw back in and tighten it down, and there's your bell. Got to tighten it from the other side. Yeah, this one was not real difficult to assemble. I've seen them much worse. So overall, I think it's pretty easy to assemble on this. There's your bell. Go ahead and put the brakes where they need to go. Don't want to stretch too many wires here. Move that bell over, get that up where it needs to go. That seems to be about right for me, is right there. Seems to be a good position. And I have to tighten these down as well because they're a little loose. Now these are cable pull brakes. These are not hydraulic. So I knew that when I got the bike. I'm okay with that. So yeah, you know, it's really preference, what people like, how they adjust things on their bikes, and but I'm definitely going to have to tighten down the shifter here because it's loose. So let me get the right hex and we'll get that tightened down real quick so I don't forget it. I kind of figured that was too big. Really kind of want that trigger shifter about right there. That seems to be the right angle for me. And again, everybody likes a little bit of a different adjustment when they tighten these things down once they get their bike. I think that one still may be too big. Again, I think that's a Phillips screwdriver and not a hex. So let me get my handy dandy screwdriver back out here. My reversible screwdriver. And then we'll tighten back down the... and always seems to be pretty tight, but that's awful loose. I'm not sure how much tighter you can get this. That's pretty good. Now keep in mind, I don't use power tools to tighten these things down because you can definitely strip these screws if you're not careful. So yeah, both brakes seem to be working properly. And I'm going to have to adjust the chain because, well, the tensioner may be on the chain. I'm not sure yet. But, yeah, let me go get my air pump and let's get some air in these tires, and I will be right back.